You couldn't help but notice that the barns were painted, the fences were up. You might just think to yourself, why, folks who live there might just do to run the river with. Oh, the little house lay in a green Texas clay, where the trees were as cool and as fresh lemonade. Soft summer wind had a trace of perfume, and a fan was turning in every room. 20 fans were turning, they were turning, 20 fans were turning in every room. Beavers were burning, they were burning, and they had to have a wig. Since the 1890s, this has been one of the better pleasure palaces in all of Texas. In fact, they say some of our Danville County boys celebrated here before going off to fight with Teddy Roosevelt in San Juan Hill. At first, it was right on Main Street, up above the hardware store. About 1915, some of the local Jesus buds got on their high horses, and the girls moved out of the city limits, just past the bad curve sign. It was during the Hoover Depression that Miss Willa Jean come along. She put in a set of rules just a shade less rigid than the Ten Commandments. You see, Miss Willa Jean didn't appreciate perversions, so she cut out all the exotic extras. But she did like for her ladies, as she called them, to treat a customer real nice. It had nice watermelons all covered with vines, had a vegetable garden, a few slender pines, a white painted fence with roses in bloom, and a fan was turning in every room. 20 fans were turning, they were turning, 20 fans were turning in every room. Beavers were burning, they were burning, and they had to have a way through now. Put a jukebox in the parlor to sort of help break the ice. Fella could ask the girl to dance, or he held back a little bit. She'd ask him. Pretty soon they'd get a little business on it. $3 worth. See, that was back in the old days when Roosevelt Nookie was cheaper than carved coffee. When the sun would go down in a wild blaze of light, and a little house lay in mosquito dancing night. Fireflies would flicker and float in the gloom, while the fan was turning in every room. 20 fans were turning, they were turning, 20 fans were turning in every room. Beavers were burning, they were burning, and they had to have a way through now. Miss Willa Jean had a strict rule against competing for customers. She called one of the girls flashing her wares a little more than she thought was ladylike. She raised 9 kinds of ale. She insisted that each girl check her customer real good for the clap and wash him off with soap and warm water. Some of the fellas claimed that was the best part. Didn't have to worry about catching nothing up here like you did with those freelancing girls down in Galveston.
Now, I told you, honey, I gotta have my $3 first. Miss Bulletin don't allow nothing till I pay my rent.
Wasn't always easy to come up with $3, especially during the hard times.
Well, you just keep the chickens in the bag. I'll take them out back as soon as you finish.
And so the girls began accepting poultry and trade. And that's how the place got its name, the Chicken Ranch. If you grew up anywhere in Texas, you knew at an early age they were selling something out there other than pulleys. 20 fans were turning, they were turning, 20 fans were turning in every room. Beavers were burning, they were burning, and they had to have a way through. 20 fans were howling, they were howling, 20 fans were howling in every room. Customers were coming, they were coming, and they had to have a way through. I'm coming. Thank you, Jesus. 20 fans were turning, they were turning, 20 fans were turning in every room. Beavers were burning, they were burning, and they had to have a way through now. 20 fans were howling, they were howling, 20 fans were howling in every room. Customers were coming, they were coming, and they had to have a way through now.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Willa Jean died. She bequeathed the place in her will to her favorite working girl, Mona Stanley, who you might say had worked her way up from the bottom. Mona pretty well carried out the old traditions of the chicken ranch. That's probably why they lived in peace with the town for so long. That is, until about a year ago Thanksgiving.
You don't have to worry about nothing. Just let me do the talking. Try not to act like you just rode in on a load of turkeys. I'm scared. Well, take off then. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. Well, I know it. I should have just let you find your own way out of here. Out of all them people on the bus, how come you'd ask me where this place was at? Well, you just look like you might know. Thanks a lot. Today's one to know one. Come on, follow me. Hello, is the madam here?
She ever hears you call her madam, you won't stay here. She's got more pride than the U.S. Marines.
Well, we call her Miss Mona. Well, okay, can we see her?
Well, I don't suppose you want to sell no Tupperware. Oh, hold on a minute, honey. I'll get her. Miss Mona, there's some girls down here to see you.
All right, June, I'll be right down. Well, what happened? Did the Texas Rangers raid Galveston again? Or was it a hurricane? Never had girls lining up for jobs before.
Are you hired on anybody?
Maybe, maybe not. I'm kind of choosy about who lives in this house, right, June?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Can't whip up on you, honey?
I wasn't holding out on him.
Uh-huh. Honey, are you coming or going?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I'm coming.
Then why don't you take a seat?
Yes, ma'am.
So, how much experience have you all had?
Amateur or professional?
For money, honey.
About 4 years.
How about you?
None.
None, huh? Well, Thursday I'm going to have a whole house full of college boys, and they probably hadn't had none either.
College boy.
Yeah, the winning seniors in the Texas Ag Texas U team gets treated to a night here on Thanksgiving by their alumni association.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Bad for worker girls get to enjoying it too much.
The Johns usually see to it that I don't.
Honey, we don't call them Johns here. We don't call them tricks. We don't even call them customers. No, we call them guests.
Guests?
Yes. We make them feel at home without making them feel at home, if you get what I mean.
I think I do. Well, to tell the truth, I'm sick of working spots all over the state. Moving all the time from hotel to motel, pimps beating you up, taking your money. Bellboys making you give them free.
Now, you just hold it right there. I don't allow my girls to talk like that. Couldn't you just say free samples?
Yes, ma'am. Anyhow, I couldn't save any money in these pimps, these sample salesmen.
And that's very ladylike.
Anyhow, they took my money and they beat my ass, my person. And half the time when I did get busted, they weren't even around to bail me out.
I don't want nobody around here who's got law trouble. They after you for anything?
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm as clean as a whistle.
How many times you been bagged for prostitution?
Not many.
How many?
Well, 6. Or probably not even that many.
Hot checks?
No.
Assault?
None of that.
Clawing and scratching?
Now, I told you everything.
You don't? You got a habit?
No, ma'am.
Don't even like nose candy?
Like what?
Cocaine, honey.
I don't fool with that stuff.
Speed?
No.
Grass?
Well, I have experimented with grass.
From now on, you leave the experiments to science. I'll crack down on doping in a New York minute. That's all right, honey. I think I better lay down a few of the rules of my place before I get any higher. See, this is a country place. This ain't no city house. We get a different kind of customer here. We get local businessmen, bohemian farmers, congressmen from over at Austin. Now, we used to get a bunch of roughnecks when the oil wells was pumping. Thank God the fields dried up. Payday got a little too rambunctious. No, maybe we get a nice, quiet group, and I aim to keep it that way.